Here we are, Cyril's spot.
The moment you've all been waiting for, boys and girls, the sensual summit of the evening. Yes, it's hot pie time. They're waiting for you at the bar there. And as the sporting gentlemen amongst you will know, Faye's Oven Glove is always at your service. To put you in a masticatory mood, we have the normal white side of the romantic ballad. Yes, he's here. And remember, they say that if you eat enough pies, you go deaf. The man they call the Toxteth Nightingale, Cyril McGregor.
How one, a two, how 1, 2, 3. Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you.
Nigel, pull that door to, will
you? To be the one you wanna see.
Better. Here, Wesley, whose idea was it to call Cyril the Toxteth Nightingale?
Mine. Good, eh?
Oh, come on. You called him the Toxteth Budgie, yeah? You could have seen it. All the time he spends chirping and clucking at himself in the mirror. The Toxteth Nightingale.
Well, us creative writers are allowed to take certain liberties with the language. Hey, does Mr. Stanley know his neon signs on the blink? You know, over the front door, the blue cockatoo. There's only half of it lit up. It says the blue tattoo.
Could have been worse, though.
Nigel, what are you playing at?
A good question. Granted, the screaming was a bit painful.
It was me made to scream, Mr. Stanley.
Well, at least you're honest enough to admit it. You were wicked tonight, Cyril.
No, she was screaming with ecstasy. Honest. No, she was. As soon as I started, I had my eye on her. I could see she was enjoying me. So I gave her the old outstretched forearm and fluttering hand.
Oh, yeah, the old Mick Jagger finger tremble, yeah.
Oh, no, Wes. Mick got that off me. Anyway, then I sort of twitched me jacket back, you know, give her a glimpse of the lining.
Yeah, the old Tom Jones flick, yeah.
And she flipped the lid. She went wild.
When you pulled your jacket back, what about your flies? I mean, were you decent?
Look, the girl is crazy for me, all right. She was fighting to get at me. I mean, tearing at me trousers. Till big daft Nigel here goes and chucks it out. In my opinion, Mr. Stanley, Nigel should be chucking people like that in.
Cyril has a point, Nigel. All right, he upset her. But that's what I let him sing here for. In a moment, she would have consoled herself with a meat pie.
Oh, Wes! Tell him you're me manager. She was screaming with enthusiasm, wasn't she?
Well, I didn't really see her, did I?
Glynis, tell him!
Well, it's like Wes says, we didn't see her.
Oh, ye of little faith. I bet you Bruce Springsteen doesn't have this to contend with.
Heel, Nigel. Now, look here, girl. If I let you stay, will you behave yourself?
I'll try.
Well, what more can you do? Look, girl, when you feel a scream coming on, you must do the same as everybody else. Buy yourself a drink or a pie. You can't go round attacking people. That's what I pay Nigel here for.
I'll tell you this. If Nigel had been a bouncer at the cabin, the Beatles would all be bus drivers today.
It's him! It's him!
She's hysterical.
Calm down, Gil, calm down.
He touched me. He touched me!
You needn't worry, Wes. Unlike some I can mention, you will not find me turning me back on mates from the early days. Still less my own flesh and blood. Mind you, I will demand complete loyalty. And you'll not have to get upset if I can't be too pally with you in public.
You're beginning to get on my wick, you know that, don't you?
Wes, we have liftoff in the career of Cyril McGregor. What we are witnessing here is mass hysteria.
How can it be mass hysteria from one girl?
That is a very negative attitude, Wesley. As my personal manager, you shouldn't be knocking it. You should be out there rounding it up. Anyway, tonight Mabel is bringing a friend. Be expecting this. I promised to give her a lock of my hair.
You promised what?
I know. It was a foolish impulse. I can see us investing in one of them big hairy dogs.
Get used to it, Wes.
Now stop that!
You needn't worry. I won't hurt him.
I'm not bothered what you do to Cyril, but this is one of our top cars. See what you've done?
Control, Mabel. Control. If it's my autograph you want, fair enough. Where's your book?
Autograph. Me body.
Body? Be reasonable, Mabel. I haven't got my felt tip pen on me.
You can have anything you want.
No, I understand your craving, Mabel, and I sympathise. But between fan and star, well, there has to be a gulf. You have to adore me from afar, worship from a distance, if you take me meaning. Mabel! Wesley, handle the situation. It'll be good practice for you.
Mabel Brown, she calls herself.
I wonder if she's any relation to that Florence Brown. You know, her that was living in a supermarket on Gateskull Drive. Well, when I say living, she had to go home at night when they closed, but she was in there every morning, first thing. Used to eat her way through the fruit and veg. Cashew, nuts, bananas, very fond of bananas. And cheese she liked, only it made her thirsty. She used to say the screw-top bottle was a godsend.
She never buy nothing.
Oh, yeah. Closing time, she'd pop a tin of pilchards or such like in a wire basket so she'd not feel embarrassed at the checkout. But anyway, one day she'd been on the cider, got careless and left a trail of banana skins, and the manager caught her red-handed. Delving in the beetroot she was. Making a sarnie with a large slice white and a tin of pork luncheon meat.
What happened?
Well, he lunged at her, slipped on a banana skin and went straight through a stack of pear halves. Caused a 4-trolley pile-up in pet foods. Anyway, after that, she moved down south somewhere. Last I heard, she was down south living in a Sainsbury's. It's a different world down there, Glenys.
And you think this Mabel Brown is some relation?
Well, she could be, couldn't she? Oh, no, hang on a minute, I've got it wrong. It wasn't Brown at all. Something similar, though. Oh, I've got it, Huskinson, that was it.
Can't see them. Mind you, that doesn't mean to say they're not there.
Who?
The fans. Once they find out where a big star lives, that's it. But you needn't worry, ma'am. When the big money comes rolling in, we'll not stop here.
You'll buy us a house, son.
Eh? No, we'll ask the council for a transfer.
What are these fans you're on about? You've only got the one.
There'll be more. Mabel is just the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly. And let me remind you, it was the tip of the iceberg that sank the Titanic.
Wes, that is beautiful. Hey, how's my press statement coming along?
Listen. Screaming fans mob new singing sensation. Not since the days of Beatlemania have scenes like this been witnessed. All over Merseyside they are asking, who is he? This golden-voiced balladeer with the fanatical following.
Who's our Wes talking about?
Me, ma'am. I love it, Wes. Just one small quibble. When you say singing sensation, shouldn't that be major singing sensation?
I'm sending this round all the papers. And what about this bit? Record company executives have so much faith in the Cyril McGregor voice, they have insured his tonsils for £1 million.
Great!
Second thought's better scrub there.
Why?
Well, you know what they're like around here, once that gets in the papers. You'll be coming out the flats one night and wallop, you'll wake up with a sore throat and a note pinned to your coat saying if you want to get your tonsils back, leave 50 quid in the sheds.
All this rubbish just because one girl fancies him.
Oh, that one girl, Glynis, has asked my permission to start the official Cyril McGregor fan club. And it's made me think, Glynis, why did you never ask my permission to start the official Cyril McGregor fan club?
Because I am not like her. She is not the full shilling, whereas I is the real fiancé. Come to think of it, we have more in common than it's wish.
Come on, Cyril. Best be getting down the club. Hey, and remember, go in the back way. Don't want the fans ripping the clothes off your back, do we?
Pathetic, the pair of you. You're living in a fantasy world.
Get used to it, baby. You have hitched your wagon to a star.
Here he comes. 1, 2, 3. Where's Cyril?
Not far away, Mabel. This your friend, eh?
This is Eunice. She's well known as a good screamer, aren't you? We know who you are. You're a Cynthia. I'll be his Yoko.
Can't tell me these two got the full 2 ounces when the dolly mixtures were weighed out.
You're wrong, Glenn. These are just typical starstruck teenagers.
Hey, if you see Cyril before we do, tell him Leslie's looking for him.
Who's Leslie? Another friend?
Friend? Leslie? You must be joking. He's meal spent.
Mr. Wonderful that you... Nobody said me, Squire. Faye! Must be in the little girl's room. Faye, chap here wants a drink.
I don't drink. It's a danger to your health.
Please yourself. Never been frightened of danger myself. Faye! Hey, why come to a club if you don't drink?
I don't like clubs. You get nasty types in clubs. My wife, she met the swine that's wrecking our marriage right here in this club.
Get away! Hey, who's that then? I bet I know him.
Cyril McGregor, he's called. She keeps his photo under her pillow and... Here. You're him, aren't you?
Me? Well, it depends on... Wesley! Oh, God, Wesley!
Don't be hasty, Leslie. It is Leslie, isn't it?
Yeah?
Our Cyril's innocent.
I am. I admit your Mabel's been after me body, but I keep telling her, buzz off, get away.
My wife's not good enough for you, eh?
No, I'm not saying that, am I, Wes?
I better bash you to be on the safe side.
Oh, no, you wouldn't hit a cripple, would you?
You aren't a cripple.
I will be when you hit me.
The thing is, Leslie, you see, some men have handicaps that you can't see. Cyril's like that. You're not aware he's handicapped till he takes his trousers off.
I can vouch for that.
How do you mean?
Well, it's psychological. When there's trouble upstairs, nothing works properly downstairs.
That's very true. When there's a slate loose on the roof, you'll often find a damp patch in the bedroom.
You get more like my mother every day.
You're just trying to stop me from hitting him, aren't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? Leslie, let's ask yourself this. Here's Mabel, married to a big, handsome, strapping bloke like you. What makes you think she'd fancy that?
Good point.
Yeah, very good point.
All right, Glynis.
Yeah, I see what you mean. She's got his photo under her pillow. She keeps kissing it.
Oh, women, eh, Leslie? I mean, what do they know? Hey, they have these pin-up boys that they worship from afar. And the laugh is, half of them are the other way. You know. Well, between me and you, Les, Cyril here is one of them.
Wes, I'm not sure I'm happy with this line of defence.
It's all a trick, innit?
No, look, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud to come out of the closet. Would you kiss me out of the question?
I guess he was in the cafe this dinner.
Who's that, ma'am?
That Princess Michael of Kent. Sat there as close as I am to you now, eating pudding, chips and peas. Ever so dainty. No wooden fork for her. She insisted on having a proper spoon to tackle her mushy peas.
Ma'am, Princess Michael of Kent wouldn't go in the cafe.
Why wouldn't she? She comes around here. Oh, yes, she does. Her dad was very influential with the co-op one time. And she still has connections in Backpit Street. I know that for a fact, because whenever she's up this way, she always stops off there to phone home or use the toilet.
Let's Tulip from the Herald, looking for Cyril McGregor.
A reporter, Cyril. This is it. The media avalanche. Come on your own, have you? Must be a scoop, eh, as the press boys say.
Reg Twillett from the Herald, looking for Cyril McGregor.
And you found him, Reg. Twillett. Of course, I know. You're the showbiz man, aren't you?
Well, there's a lot of flu in the office just at present. Generally speaking, I am the rugby league man and I do cycling and amateur snooker.
Well, it's all show business now, isn't it?
They tell me you get the girls screaming then, Cyril.
Eh? No, I'm not Cyril. No, I'm his manager. No, this is the golden voice balladeer who is cutting such a sway through the mass ranks of Merseyside pulchritude.
Him?
OK, I know exactly what you're thinking. He's no oil-painted, granted, but...
Yes! Good looks aren't everything, though. A kind heart's better. I'm his mother, and many's the time I've said to him, Cyril, if you had a kind heart, it'd be better than good looks.
That's the big thing in the pop world now, isn't it? The ugly look. I mean, our Cyril's no worse than Elton John, is he?
Where's Ma'am? We let the dog see the flaming rabbits. Hello there, Edge. Don't be shy. Ask me whatever you like. You'll find the sweet smell of success has not overpowered the homely niff of natural warmth and friendliness.
You're on the Herald, are you? Jasmine Riley from the flats downstairs, she had a friend on the Herald.
Jasmine Riley?
Oh, you must know her. She's up and down Lime Street every night of the week. Well, unless Dynasty's on, of course. Well, anyhow, she had this friend who was a reporter on the Herald, and he used to put her on his expenses. He always put her down as hire a bicycle and Merseytunnel toll charges.
Ma'am, Reg is here to talk to Cyril.
But who's stopping him?
Where to begin, Reg? There's so much you'll want to know. Have you got your pencil sharpened? Star sign, Aries, the Ram. Lucky gemstone, cornelian. Favourite food, ravioli and chips. Hobbies, water skiing and world peace. Likes are babies' laughter. Dislikes, people who tell lies about themselves.
Look, frankly, Squire, none of this is any good to me. You see, what my boss wants to know about is the screaming girls. Always makes a good story, that. Screaming girls. I've got my intro all worked out. Screaming girls. Some with low-cut dresses. Their bottoms...
Oh, great. Well, we'll not keep you, eh? The best thing you can do is get back to the office, Reg, and copy out the press release.
Well, I can't just copy the handout, can I? I mean, for all I know, it could be all lies.
Well, would that be no good to you?
Listen, Sunshine, you were talking to a professional journalist with certain standards, and I tell you this. If there's any inventing to be done, it's us that do it, and not amateurs like yourself. No offence meant, like.
Ah, none taken, Reg. We admire your integrity. Now, you come down the club tonight and we will do you proud.
This is it, Glenn, baby. The night the media latches onto the vapour trail, a star leaves behind. When that reporter sees Mabel and Eunice fighting to get at me... By the way, Mr. Stanley, you will have Nigel standing by, won't you?
Look, Cyril, it is not Nigel's job to stop good-paying customers inflicting violence upon the singer. His job is to protect my property. All I can promise you is, if somebody is banging your head on the stage and the stage looks like getting splintered, Nigel here will certainly intervene.
Deep breaths, girl. Control. Save your voice for Cyril's performance.
That's right, Mabel. Tonight, you and Eunice can surpass yourselves.
Eunice can't come.
Why not?
Somebody stood on the ping-pong ball in the games room. Sister said it was Eunice done it.
I told her she was from the funny farm, that Eunice, didn't I?
Yeah, but don't go jumping to conclusions. She could be a nurse or a consultant for all you know.
But we needed Eunice for the screaming. Mabel, you're going to have to be on top form tonight.
I'm not stopping.
Not stopping?
I only came to give you these back. The thing is, I've gone up yet.
You can't do that.
You'd often hear of people suddenly going mad, don't you? Somehow you never hear of them suddenly go insane.
Mabel, you can't do this. Look, I need you. I love you. Cow.
That's showbiz, Cyril. They are fickle, that many-headed monster men call the audience.
Be fair, Glenn. She only had the one head.
Oh, my career's in ruins. You heard that reporter. He won't do an article about me in the paper unless there's lots of screaming.
Leave the worries to me, Cyril. I'm the manager. That's what I'm for. Now, you go in the bar, have a gargle, and calm your nerves. Go on. Go on.
No wonder Placido Domingo ruptured himself.
Glenn, I'll have to use your phone. That reporter wants screaming. Screaming he shall have.
How come a golden voice, singing sensation, is working in a dump like this?
He's big-hearted, Cyril. For old time's sake, he's doing a favour to the owner. He's dead grateful. That's him now.
Tangerine, ladies and gentlemen. The right old Satsuma she sounded to me. Now, boys and girls, you've been wanting to get your teeth stuck into our great range of pies. And here to give you that nasty, empty feeling in your stomach. The one and only, and just as well, in my opinion, Cyril McGregor.
Fly me to the moon.
Doesn't sound grateful to me.
Hearts of gold underneath.
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter Mars.
It's a closed book to me, this pop business. I mean, to me, he's rubbish.
Yeah, well, you have to be in close touch, don't you, Reg?
But you wouldn't think people would go for that, would you? Hey, I can't hear any screaming. Where's the screaming?
Well, they'll be screaming, don't you worry.
No screaming, no story.
Screaming's coming now. Told you to be screaming, didn't I?
Very nice of you to come. Cheering me up like this.
I think the budgie's missing you.
Great. The doctor said it won't affect my voice. It'll just be the same as it was before.
Shame now. Bloody National Health Service.
Well, Wesley, have you nothing to say to me?
What can I say, Cyril? The reporter insisted on screaming. All I could think of was to ring Big Leslie up and tell him you were at it with Mabel.
But it wasn't true.
I mean, be fair, Cyril. I mean, I kept your career alive, didn't I? Got your name in the paper. Fans' jealous husband attacks local heartthrob.
Yeah, you did. Thanks, Wes.
Well, it's getting your name before the public, isn't it? And the club as well.
Mentions the club, does it? Let's see. Oh, brawling nightclub. Police call to Blue at 2. At 2, at 2.
You want to take care of that cold.
Yeah, there's 4 of us, isn't there? According to hospital rules, Cyril can only have 2 visitors at a time.
Then go get
I've only just got here!
We're off to Victorian London for a Charles Dickens classic, as Tom Hardy and Timothy Spall star in Oliver Twist next.